Hello, welcome back. I'm Yuni Kartika, and today I will presentation my project. This project is based by module in LTM module. For you that didn't know what is LTM, LTM is a subject in my university in majority English education. LTM is language taking methodology, and this project is based on my LTM module that given by my lecture, and I choose project-based learning in the teaching of English as a foreign language in Greek primary schools from theory to practice module, and this module is summarized by Yuni Kartika or myself. We start from background. This article deals with implementing project work in the teaching of English as a foreign language in Greek state primary schools. Theoretical foundations for project-based learning are presented and applied in the classroom. Difficulties encountered are discussed, and benefits resulting from student participation in project work are suggested. The article purports to be pragmatic in focus, linking theory with practice, and providing practitioners with a tool for effectively implementing project-based learning in foreign language context. Next, for the introduction, experiential learning refers to the organization of the learning process on the basis of the pedagogical principle of learning by doing, which means that learners acquire knowledge after having experienced or done something new. Experiential learning is defined as the exploitation and processing of experience, aiming not only at acquiring knowledge, but also at transforming the way of thinking and changing attitudes. Experiential learning is related to the project method. The project method is a natural extension of what is already taking place in class. The project method originates from pragmatism, the philosophical movement which appeared in the middle of the 19th century. The implementation of the project method was based on the following pedagogical principles expressed by many progressive educators. And the theory, the implementation of the project method was based on the following pedagogical principles expressed by many progressive educators. It is by Misafidis, 2005. A. Promotion of manual activity instead of memorization and verbalism. B. Learners' active participation in the learning process. C. Exploitation of facts relating to the immediate reality as a source for learning. The project method was linked to the internal reform of the educational process, basic components of which are the following. A. Opening of school to the local community. B. Provision of equal opportunities to all students regardless of socio-economic background. C. Exploitation of immediate space as departure for learning. And D. Systematic study of problems of everyday life at school. And E. Cross-curricular approach to knowledge. And this is method, I'm sorry, this is grammatical error in this PPT. The method that used in learning is the project method. The project method is an original extension of what is already happening in the classroom. This learning process is carried out with an open learning process, with limitations that are not strict. This method is applied by following the pedagogical principles stated by many educators such as 1. Promotion of manual activities by rote and verbalism. 2. active participation of students during learning. 3. Direct use of facts and related to reality as a source of learning. And this is findings and discussions. Due to the small number of participants, we need to know the limitations of this study. The activities presented in the article are different way of teaching local history and English as a foreign language, adopting the pedagogical principle of exploratory learning. The teachers who implemented the project state that their experience gained was extremely important. Despite problems of school infrastructure and resource available, and lack of experience in project work, their initial fears and insecurity were finally overcome. They evaluated positively the potential offered by the project method and expressed the need for their systematic training in me. And the conclusion is experiential learning refers to the implementations of the learning process based on the pedagogical principle of learning by doing, which means that students acquire knowledge after experiencing or doing something new. Experiential learning is defined as the use and processing of experiences that aim not only to acquire knowledge but also to change ways of thinking and attitudes. Based on this research, it can be recognized that the study has limitations due to the small number of participants and the facts presented are only the findings from one case study. The activities presented in this data represent different ways of teaching local history and English as a foreign language because they adopt the pedagogical principles of exploratory learning. Teachers who implemented the project. So that's all, and thank you for watch my video presentation. I hope this have advantage to you for your study or anything. So this is it, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.